Hello, vinyl community. Yes, I was hoping for not too much backlighting. Um, yeah, you know. Woo! I have a lot of stuff to show you, and I'm prepared with my water this time. Last time I got very, very thirsty. Yeah, so lots of vinyl. Let me adjust this a little bit. The thrift store. There was a message, something went wrong. That's not a good sign. Hopefully, I'm still on the air. Anyway, um, so the other day, one of the thrift stores that I usually go to posted that they got a huge donation of vinyl um, from just some guy that came in with a whole bunch of records, and he told them that there was some really good stuff in there, and so they posted about it. And unfortunately, I didn't see that post until it was basically too late. Hey, Sharon. Good, good. You can still see me. Okay. Yeah, because there was an error message. Anyway, yeah. So they had posted on Facebook about this donation. I didn't see it until they were already closed. And so I was like, oh man, I hope they have stuff left. Um, so I went first thing the next morning, and fortunately, they still had a lot left. It was kind of picked over. Some of the best stuff was not in the best condition, so I skipped over that stuff. But I still found a lot. I think I counted 28 records plus a five LP box set that I've been wanting. So yeah. But first, before I get into that, and hopefully it'll allow time for more people to join the video. Um, I did a very strange thing yesterday. I found myself cleaning my 45s and digitizing them. I now have my backup turntable. It's been set up next to my computer, but I now have it connected so that I can very easily record things to my computer using the Audacity software. Um, so I figured, I mean, it's not too often that I'm going to be willing to take the time to put 45s on. Um, so I figured I would just digitize them. Um, and I decided to leave the sounds of the needle going down on the record and coming back off the record and all that good stuff, just so that I can remember. Okay, this is from vinyl, even though there's plenty of crackling at the beginnings and ends to know that it's on vinyl. But you know, anyway, yeah. So these are the ones that I already cleaned and digitized. Steve Miller Band, and a lot of these were VCLT from people, gifts from people. Um, so this has Abracadabra and Never Say No. Sadly, on Abracadabra, there's a skip, so that was unfortunate. The Move, Tonight. um, And some of these, especially the ones that say manufactured in the UK, such as I think the previous one, yeah, the previous one said made in Great Britain. Um, I know they came from Mr. James Griffiths. Yeah. So I'm finally getting around to listening to these names. It's not often I put 45s on, but this is T-Rex. Um, oh, on the other side of the move, it's Don't Mess Me Up. So Don't Mess Me Up and Tonight. T-Rex, Ride a White Swan. Sadly, the other side is covered. Oh, you're both here, Sharon and Brian. Did someone say Mr. Bean? I don't think anyone said Mr. Bean. At least I didn't. Um, let's see. Squeeze. So, Up the Junction and It's So Dirty. And I mean, both songs were really good, but I actually liked It's So Dirty better. Yeah. Oh, can't go wrong with Seal. Crazy. Backed with Sparkle. Very, very good. Um, Stevie Wonder, Tuesday Heartbreaker, and Sir Duke. Sir Duke is a classic, of course. Um, Tuesday Heartbreak, I could take it or leave it. And Paul McCartney, So Bad, backed with. Oh, actually, it's So Bad, backed with Pipes of Peace. Huh. Interesting. And Pipes of Peace is the much better song, actually. So it should be the other way around. Um, the rest, I mean, I haven't digitized these, but they are clean. I went on a major cleaning spree. I'll just go through these. In fact, I'll probably just show these. Got to keep them in a different stack so I remember their. I love picture sleeves. I mean, if I'm going to get 45s, I definitely prefer that they're picture sleeves. This is a modern one. It came with the repress of, was it Birth of Cool? Samantha Fox. And of course, you have to flip it. This one is one of the wives. She bought this for herself at Mad Platter. Where Did Your Heart Go? But more importantly, is backed with the Wham Rap 86, which she loves. She loves. And as far as Wham goes, I kind of like that one. One Night in Bangkok. Be Still My Beating Heart. A couple John Cougar Mellencamp. Rumble Seat. And Paper and Fire. I love that one. Sharon loves Wham. That's awesome. And these are a couple oddball ones. These are more modern, or they are modern releases. Rap. Rameses? Rameses? I don't know. And Jeremiah, or is it Jeremiah J? I don't remember. And where is it? Oh, Rolls Royce Car Wash. So those still need to be digitized, but that last batch there. All right. Well, it looks like we might have a low turnout today, and that's fine. But hopefully people can tune in. So I'm just, since we're peaked out at 4, I'm going to go ahead and Sharon, you love that song? What song was that? I forgot already. Oh, the Wham Rap? Yeah. Car Wash, yes, Car Wash. Yes. It's a classic. It's a classic. Oh, yeah. Anyway. All right, so let's get down to these records. I was going through them and putting some notes on some of them, but then I just ran out of time. You missed it, Matt. You're late. You missed the first 11 minutes. I was actually just showing some of my 45s. I was actually going through and cleaning them and listening to them and digitizing them because I feel like I'm gonna probably get more use out of them, listening on the computer. Well, ultimately, I want to burn them to CDs. So I had this sort as I was cleaning them, I had this sort of master plan because I have a 200 CD changer, and I have this sort of master plan of um, filling CDs with a bunch of 45s, loading them up in the CD changer, and then it'll be like a jukebox. And it'll even sound like a jukebox because you'll have the crackling of the records and all that good stuff. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, now you'll have to go back and watch the first 11 minutes, and you'll see I showed the 45s, but yeah. So I know what you're really waiting for is the records that I picked up at Mary S. Roberts Pet Adoption Center Thrift Shop the other day. Sorry you couldn't make it, but I would definitely check on the weekend. They might still have stuff left. I know on the counter there they had another box of records that they had priced as premium records, so you might find a good deal in there. I don't know, but I suspect those won't go as quickly. All right, so let's get down to these records. This first one, it brings back memories. I don't think I ever owned it. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've never owned it, but I was thrilled to find it, and it's still sealed. Still sealed. And all of these were $1 each, except for the box set I'm going to show, which was $8. But look at this. Oh, you started digitizing your records a while ago. All your 45s. And you still have 2/3 of your... Hey, James, how are you? I'm just starting showing a big haul I had at the thrift store. Someone had made a huge donation, and I was there on the second day, so I can only imagine what was there on the first day. It must have been amazing. But this one, oh my goodness. This totally brings back memories. I remember this being advertised. Um, yeah. So this is it's TV theme songs from the 50s and 60s. Um, so basically 65 themes. And I would have a fear that it's going to have the tiny little micro grooves uh, that make the record sound horrible. But bear in mind that um, most theme songs are what, a minute long, maybe 90 seconds long at most. So it's probably not bad. Um, oh, James says he has the 80s TV themes from the BBC. Now let me tell you, this has some killer uh, tracks on it, and it's sealed. I cannot believe it. I was so excited. All right, so the Three Stooges. Right off, we're starting out with a hit. Merry Melodies, Rocky and Bullwinkle, Huckleberry Hound, Mighty Mouse, Pink Panther. I'm just reading some of them, not all of them. Um, let's see. Roadrunner, George of the Jungle, Johnny Quest, Spider-Man, Underdog, Looney Tunes, Peanuts Theme, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, The Odd Couple, Mary Tyler Moore, Gidget, Bewitched, The Honeymooners, The Monkees, The Brady Bunch, The Partridge Family, Car 54, Where Are You? My Favorite Martian, Jeopardy, Hogan's Heroes, Gomer Pyle USMC, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, Tarzan, The Adventures of Robin Hood, Rawhide. Some of these I haven't really heard of. Have Gun Will Travel, Peter Gunn, I Spy, The Avengers, one of my all-time favorite TV shows. Um, let's see, The Green Hornet, Outer Limits, Dark Shadows. Um, oh, let's see, and Monty Python's Flying Circus. And again, that's just some of them. Uh, so thrilled. In fact, it's still sealed, but it's a gatefold, and there's no stickers or anything that would even remotely make me want to keep this sealed. So let's open it. Yes. So I am so thrilled about this. Um, and this is from 1986, so it's been sealed for a while. I doubt this was, you know, like, I doubt they repressed these. Maybe. Um, you guys have a lot of comments going on, but I need to focus on these records because there's a lot of them. I do want to see what's in the gatefold. And the plastic is slightly stuck to the record. Here we go. Almost there. There we go. All right. All right. So the gatefold. Let's see if it's worth it. A little stuck together. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. Oh. Matt can't see the video? Oh no. Alright, can anybody see me? I don't want to continue if no one can see me. Oh man. Okay, James can see me. Oh, Matt, what happened? Somebody help Matt out. He can't see. Anyway, all right. So let's see the gatefold. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's a good suggestion, James. I know Matt can't hear me, but definitely log out and log back in. Okay. Whew, welcome back, Matt. Welcome back, Matt. So this is what was inside. Oh, this is kind of cool, actually. So it's hard to tell, but this is a timeline of when the different shows aired. Battle of the Planets. James just said Battle of the Planets had a great theme song. Very cool. Well, we have it open, but yeah, this is a timeline of when the different shows aired. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Anyway, let's take a look. A little postcard. Which show aired for the longest? Okay, now I just did a cursory glance here, but the longest one is right at the top, and it is the Three Stooges from about 1957-58 all the way through 1986. Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, that was a long-running show. I love the Three Stooges, by the way. It's interesting that it is these cheaper. Yeah, so these will be replaced. These, in my mind, are notorious for scratching the records. they're just not stiff enough. But a nice silver label there. On TV Tunes. I'm gonna have to track down a good copy of the Volume 1. Were they both? I guess they were both in the same one. Anyway, so excited about this. I can't imagine. I can't imagine the first volume being better than this one, though. I mean, this has so many of the shows that I enjoyed. Yeah. And it's funny because they're from the 50s and 60s, but I wasn't I wasn't around then. Ooh, up to 10 people. Nice. All right, so now on to more good stuff. The, this might be a duplicate. I'm pretty sure it is actually. I don't think it was. It may have been Rocky 2 that I had, but the Rocky soundtrack. You traded in the Curly Shuffle? Come on, it's good. And now that I'm seeing this, this might be a little warped. What? James, you've never seen Rocky? Oh my gosh. Oh, you just broke my heart. Or Rambo? Oh man, I saw that one in the theater. Oh man. Both are so good. The first I for Rocky, I liked up to the first four. Of course, the first two were the absolute best. But Rambo, oh man, come on. Well, I mean, if you don't like war movies, you'd probably hate it. Um, but Rocky, come on. Oh, yeah, I'm a little concerned that it might be a little warped though. All right, so let's pick up the pace here because we're already 22 minutes in. All right, another series of soundtracks I'm collecting. Um, James Bond, and this is for your eyes only. And I apologize to any young viewers. Yeah, thrilled to pick up another one of these. I think I have maybe this might be the third or fourth James Bond soundtrack I have. I have all the movies on VHS. All the movies that were released on VHS, I have them. Yeah. It was just an obsession I had. One day I walked into the Salvation Army, and they probably had like 8 of them right then and there, and then the rest I collected little by little. So, all right, this next one from 1971, still sealed, from a store called Music Market. The digital watch. I think I missed that, James. James was saying he shared a picture of a digital watch. Um, I must have missed that. Darn. Oscar Peterson Trio and the Singers Unlimited in tune. Still sealed. They had an open copy, but it had some scratches on it. Nothing major, but I figured why take that one when I can take. I thought about getting both actually, but I was like, you know. But this is, you see my little note there, 1971. It's bop, and of course it's piano jazz. Yeah. This one I couldn't remember if I had it, but from oh, you're gonna make some tea, James? Are you gonna share? I could use some tea, although it actually it's a little warm for tea. This is iced. I love iced tea. This may be a duplicate. I couldn't remember. It's another one from Music Market. Um, and it was guaranteed to be in perfect playing condition. Uh. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Tea means dinner. That's what James just said. Yeah, yeah. um, I could go for breakfast maybe. Anyway, basically album rock, singer songwriter. That's basically what this is, and you can tell from my note. It may be a duplicate, not sure. I couldn't remember, but I wasn't gonna pass it up. This one I'm very curious about. I couldn't find any information on it. All right, we'll see you, James. Thanks for tuning in a little bit anyway. Yeah, and enjoy your tea. Um, yeah, so Rock City Alive. So it's a compilation, presumably of live performances um, at Rock City in San Francisco. I tried to find information about the place, but um, it clearly no longer exists. The only Rock City that came up as a venue um, was in England. So, but this one I looked it up on Google Maps because they happen to have the address here, 936 Montgomery Street, San Francisco. Um, I looked it up, and it's pretty clear that the original building is long gone, and it's been replaced with a you know a nice office building, um, which apparently is sitting vacant. Oh man, I would have loved to see the old building. Maybe I can do a further search and find some pictures of it. But here they have some pictures from the stage. So just some of the bands on here: Lifers, Two Tones, Elements of Style, JJ 180, Imposters, Ultra Sheen, Dickheads, Ace and the Eights. Yeah, and that's still sealed. So that's pretty cool. I couldn't pass that one up. For the the Willie Nelson collection, and so I gathered them all together and I recounted them, and I have fewer than I thought. So I'm kind of disappointed. Um, I think this puts me up to about 23 or 24. I thought it was closer to 30. But I am going to be making the video of my Willie Nelson collection pretty soon. Um, I have about 24 Willie Nelson 45s coming. So once I get those, I'm going to do the video. It's not going to be a live one because honestly, I mean, Willie Nelson doesn't interest most of my viewers, I think. But I love him. Yeah. Yeah, so Willie Nelson, Willie from the Best Buy series, and it's Before His Time on RCA. Anyway. All right. I found a couple Elvis records. Sadly, I had to put one back. It just had too many scratches on it. I'm slowly getting into Elvis, so I'm like dipping my toes into his music. I have maybe, this is probably the fifth or sixth Elvis record I have now. But this is King Creole. And it's also on the Best Buy series. Which I'm kind of assuming, I don't know for sure, but I'm kind of assuming it was sort of a budget series of records. That's kind of the impression I get. And it's my understanding that, in general, his soundtracks are not the best. But, I mean, if you could pick it up in decent shape, and, I mean, look at this. This is in pretty good shape. Yeah, when you can pick it up for a buck, yeah, go for it. All right. I have very little Aretha Franklin in my collection, which is disappointing to say the least. I think I have a bunch of cassettes and maybe a few CDs, but this is the Great Aretha Franklin, the first 12 sides. So it sounds like it's probably a greatest hits, and sort of an earlier greatest hits, obviously. All right, the next several, well, the next few, I guess, are by an artist that is just an absolute huge name in the music industry, and yeah, so I was thrilled to find so many in great shape. Quincy Jones, and this is a two record set. Um, Mode. Most people know him as kind of a music executive or a composer, um, or even a singer, but he was actually a trumpet player. I don't I don't know how much of that he actually did though, because he was he was so busy behind the scenes. But usually on these album covers, you see him holding a microphone, so um, it sounds like he did singing a lot more than trumpet playing. Um, but yeah, so thrilled to pick that up. He also composed a lot of soundtracks, and um, this might this might be a soundtrack. I can't tell for sure. I know there's been a movie called Body Heat. I'm pretty sure, but there's no other sign that this would be a soundtrack. But this is Body Heat. I was trying to avoid the backlighting, and yet here it is again. And I have darkness down the center of my face. Sounds kind of a cool cover. Has some wear and tear on it there, but where the sort of copper foil came off, um, like the artwork on that one. And the last one of his, um, Smackwater Jack. Another cool cover. This one is a gatefold. Very cool. All right. I don't think this is a duplicate. I think I have it probably on cassette and maybe CD. Um, I know I have. I forget what the other one was. But Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, Stranger in Town. I think the other one is something about horses or um, yeah. This is music that it just makes you feel manly. Against the Wind. Huh. Against the Wind. Interesting. Oh, you got it. You got it, Matt. Thank you. Thank you. The album is the album is called Against the Wind, and it has horses on it. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Um, just a little metal, and I have low expectations for it. But I still had to pick it up for $1 because it's very, very rare to find metal in thrift stores. Very rare. So this is Stone Fury, Burns Like a Star. It's supposed to be an okay album, so I have low expectations for it. But whenever you can pick up metal for $1, you have to do it. All right. This one, sort of new wave and kind of dance music, even some Latin sounds. Kid Creole and the Coconuts, Wise Guy. I couldn't find any information on this particular album, so I don't know. But it. I think there's kind of a sense of humor in it. Yeah. All right. By the way, if you've watched this far, please stay till the end because I have one of the best packagings of a record. You're gonna love it. Uh, on the Kid Creole, Matt is saying something about Kid Creole. Uh, Annie, I'm not your daddy. Is that it? Annie, I'm not your daddy. But yeah, you get like you get the feeling that Kid Creole has like a real sense of humor, almost like it's like kind of tongue in cheek. Um, yeah. Okay, so that's it, Matt. Yeah, Annie, I'm not your daddy. So you're familiar with that song? I've probably heard some of his music, but I mean he's a reasonably big name in the new wave dance music worlds on one of your fantastic '80s compilations. Okay, yeah. The Flesh Tones. This is Garage Rock Revival from 1983. Um, Sadly, this is one of the last ones I had time to write notes on because I was aiming to be on the air at 9 o'clock. I was a few minutes late, but yeah, Garage Rock. One of the stations I listen to on Sirius XM is Underground Garage. I think that's what it's called. So this is the Flesh Tones Hexbreaker. Looking forward to that one. This one I was pretty intrigued by, and I'm still not sure the story behind it. But it's Rainy Day. I'm almost stepping on Agatha down there. um, yeah, it's Rainy Day. I guess it's self-titled album, and I picked it up because at least on a couple tracks, maybe even a few, it has Susanna Hoffs, of course, from oh, you guys know where Susanna Hoffs is from. I just drew a blank. Um, but yeah, she's on there, and Kendra Smith. That sounds familiar. Um, yeah, so I'm not sure what the oh the thank you, Brian Lucas. The Bangles, yes, not the Vabgoals. He first wrote the Vabgoals. Huh. That could be a band name, the Vabgoals. Yes, the Bangles. The Bangles. Thank you, thank you. Um, yeah, so I'm curious about this. I've never heard about it before, but it sounds like maybe a few artists got together and formed this project. So not sure what to expect there. All right. Now I know this is one that uh, Matt was a little curious about, but I think I'm pretty sure it doesn't have the song that he was interested in. Um, but it's Aztec Camera, and this is Knife. Yeah. Now, they're one of those bands that I'm very familiar with the name, but honestly, I couldn't even tell you what kind of music it is. It was one of the ones I was hoping to research before starting the video, but maybe Matt can chime in. It sounds like he's familiar with them. Oh, okay. It's produced by Mark Knopfler. Basically pop rock. Okay, soft rock. Okay, yeah. It's funny because the name Aztec Camera that makes me think it's like indie rock or even maybe even art rock or something like that. But it's soft rock. I'll give it a listen and maybe I'll pass it over to you, Matt. Um, Also available on cassette. Yeah, there's the track listing. I don't know if you care to see that, but Somewhere in My Heart was a big hit in the UK in 1988. Um, yeah, yeah. I know that's the one you had mentioned, and it's not on this particular one, but I'll give this a listen, and if I don't care for it, I'll certainly pass it along to you, sir. Um, this one I'm very curious about. It's a picture disc, and of course it's very difficult, to tell if a picture disc is scratched. But No YZ. Does anybody know anything about this band? And this is Sheer Electronic Din. I bought it uh, just for the artwork and the name. Sheer Electronic Din. So, and it's in one of these resealable bags. I didn't even bother opening it because honestly, it may be one I even just put on display somewhere. I'm not sure. I'll probably try and give it a listen, but I have low expectations for the sound quality. Older, and this is from 1983. So yeah, this is probably gonna sound like garbage. Those early picture discs. I have one of the Pac-Man soundtrack, and listening to it now, because I I originally had it as a kid, and back then it sounded fine. I didn't know better, but but listening to it now as an adult, I'm like, oh, it sounds awful. I mean, it was barely listenable. It was a Pac-Man themed album. And it was a picture disc, and it just sounded awful. So very low expectations for this. Yeah, but if ah, the video keeps cutting out on Matt. Hopefully, it's not something on my end. Can anybody else see me? Because I would hate to continue this video if nobody can see me. Anyone? Anyone? I guess I'll just continue and hope for the best. All right, Brian Lucas is still here. That's good. Blake is still here. Okay, it's working again for Matt. Poor Matt is having difficulties watching this video. Terry, hi, how are you? Excellent. I'm glad people can still see. So, Danny Elfman, of course, of Oingo Boingo. Not really familiar with his solo stuff too much, but he's always interesting. Yeah. So it looks like we have my brother's whole family watching. That's cool. Uh, yeah. So I guess this is self-titled. No, it's so low, so low. Oh, here it is down here. It looked like a design, but oh, excellent. Gadgets and Games 1975. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you've been watching my channel for 2 months. That's great. Thank you so much. Um, I'm way into these live videos right now, so that's basically all I'm doing. I have a ton of videos that need to be edited and posted. But it's just easier to do live videos. Absolutely thrilled to pick up some more of the police. In fact, this might be my first or second. I don't remember exactly. I think probably my second, but Synchronicity. And of course, this has Every Breath You Take, King of Pain. Yeah. And it's one of those odd album covers that opens on the top. Why did they do that? I don't know. Bizarre. All right, one of those bands that I had hoped. Oh, okay. Um, until recently, Synchronicity was the only album that Matt had, um, until he got Ghost in the Machine at um, Zoinks. We went to Zoinks a while back. Um, One of the bands I was hoping to look into further, and I'm familiar with the name, but again, I can't tell you anything about them. But this is Tom Tom Club, and self-titled from 1981. Genius of Love. Yep, Genius of Love. Yep. Appears to be the second track on there. That's why it's going to be good to hang out with you, Matt, because it's rare that I show an album and you don't know at least one of the tracks on it. That's pretty awesome. So I know I can learn a lot from you, sir. Yeah. I'm like so bad with well, it's the only track you know, but I don't know any of the tracks. So here's another one you might know a track of, the Water Boys, A Pagan Place. Again, I'm no help here. Um, these are bands I know the names. Um, uh, Matt knows The Whole of the Moon. Um, it's hard to pick out the songs on here because they're just blended in with the lyrics. But I don't see that one on here. It might be on here, but I'm getting horrible backlighting again. Anyway, the Water Boys, A Pagan Place. Names I'm familiar with. I hear the names. I know that they're, at some point in history they were popular in the right crowds. But now we're back into some that I am familiar with. The Kinks. I love the Kinks. I probably have two or three of their albums. Not nearly enough. But this is Word of Mouth. So thrilled to pick up more of the Kinks. Very excited about this one. I've looked at this in record stores before, and I think for like $7 or $8 I've passed on it. Probably due to condition more than anything, because I would totally pay that for this. Bow Wow Wow. And this is this apparently is called Sea Jungle, Sea Jungle, Go Join Your Gang, Yeah, City All Over, Go Ape Crazy. Best album title ever. Oh man. On the spine here, they just abbreviated it to Sea Jungle, Sea Jungle. That's awesome. And it has some interesting artwork on the back there. I remember even though there was that their one big hit, I Want Candy, which I don't think is on here. No. Man, whew, water. Their one big hit, I Want Candy. There was a music video for it, and even though she was like all punked out, I think she had part of her head shaved, and she looked like this crazy woman, but I still managed to have a crush on her. she's pretty cute. Yeah. So I was thrilled to pick that up. A 12-inch single. I only pick up 12-inch singles if it's something I'm really interested in. I don't know. Maybe that's the case with everyone. But this is Falco, Du Commissar. And I guess it's actually a 12-inch EP. Um, man, thank God I have water here, but I hate to keep taking drinks every little bit. So on one side is Der Kommissar, um, of course translates to the commissioner, and on the other side is Auf der Flucht, on the run, and Helden von Huit, today's heroes. Yeah, thrilled about that one. Ah, I'm so sorry. All right. Now this is a box set I've seen both at antique stores. Well, it's, they call themselves a vintage store, which means they can have higher prices. Um, and then I've also seen it at record stores. I think I usually see it in the $20-25 range, and I was thrilled to pick it up for $8. I was willing to give it up to Matt since he wasn't able to make it to this epic sale at the thrift store. But he I think he knew that. Well, I had told him that I had been wanting it, and yeah. So yeah. I've been eyeing this at the record store for a while. Um, Now, bear in mind, I'm not like a huge Bruce Springsteen fan, but I mean, his talent cannot be questioned. Just some classic music, and a lot of it is music, that makes you feel a little bit manly. You would think my manhood was in question here, and I'm like trying to make up for it with the music I'm listening to, but I assure you that's not the case. But some music just makes you feel manly, and Bruce Springsteen is one of them. Um, so this is Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band live, 1975 to 85. Um, yeah, he says I should definitely keep it. Um, uh, yeah, this one is in pretty good shape. I mean, it's not mint by any means, but it's in pretty nice shape, and the records are pretty awesome too. Um, oh, Matt was saying that he saw this in the antique mall. Uh, I think it's called the Mission Galleria or something like that. It's a big antique mall in downtown Riverside, and I guess Matt was saying he saw it there. Um, yeah, but it just has individual songs from live performances, obviously from anywhere from 1970 October 18, 1975. No, I guess they're not in chronological order actually. No, actually, yeah, they are. No, they're not. All right, let me shut up now because otherwise I'm likely to make a fool of myself. Anyway, let's take a quick look at it. I only have one more record to show after this. Of course, it has the booklet with the lyrics and lots of pictures. And I have a dog licking my foot right now. It's funny, she just woke up and just started licking my foot. She's down at my feet there, so very cool. Well, Matt, I do hope that you're able to find a nice, inexpensive copy of this, because I feel bad that you weren't able to make it to the thrift store Although I suspect they're going to have stuff left over on the weekend, so definitely, you know, if you can make it over there, please do. Um, 5 record set. Yeah, you might be waiting a while for a copy. You know, I can always loan you this copy too, if you feel guilty taking it. Yeah. So I mean, it's a really cool box set. Um, and who knows? Maybe I'll listen to it and think, you know what, this is better off with Matt. You know, you never know. Yeah. So there's that. Yeah. I mean, I'll totally lend it to you at least, Matt. At least. We could have shared custody of it. For those that don't know, Matt Hayes is also here in Riverside, and we've after a couple meetups, we've since become friends. So very cool. All right, let me tell you, just under an hour here, and I saved the best for last. And it's good that we still have 10 people watching because this is killer. So please don't go anywhere. You're gonna love this. Okay, so you're familiar with Rhino Records. You know, they're putting out all these re-releases, and I actually haven't had the best of luck with some of their records. I've bought a couple, and they've been defective, just right out of the shrink. Um, so I have to send them another email, and they take forever to respond to. Anyway, so this is Rhino Records. It's a compilation, and wait for it. It's gonna be worth it. Okay, so the Rhino Brothers present the world's worst records, and it gets better. Let me tell you. First, let me tell you some of the bands on here. A lot of these I haven't heard of. Um, so we have, um, yeah, it is a really cool cover. But wait until you see the back. Oh, it's so good. So we have the Novas, Edith Massey, Jimmy Cross, Heathen Dan, the Temple City Kazoo Orchestra, Gloria Balsam, the legendary Stardust Cowboy, the Seven Stooges, Barnes and Barnes, Ogden Ed- Edsel, the Turtles. That's the only band on there that I've heard of. Um, Johnny Meeskite, the Breakers, and Wildman Fisher. All right, now I suspect they are bad songs. All right, we're up to 11 people. You want to stay tuned for when I flip this around. It is so cool. Someone just left. Yeah, the Turtles. Yeah, it's kind of sad that the Turtles are on here. Actually, I like the Turtles. All right, you ready? Enough suspense. We're just under an hour. Here we go. So it says official world's worst records regurgitation receptacle. Warning, listening to this LP may induce internal discomfort. This container is provided for those with weak constitutions. It's a barf bag. Yeah, it's an actual bag. It's taped to the back. It's completely intact. And uh that I didn't even care about the condition. I don't even think I looked at the condition of the record because I knew I was going to get this just for the packaging alone. I mean, $1, come on. First of all, the front cover is pretty cool. I mean, that'd be like a dream come true, like going for a walk and seeing this on the curb, bags and bags of records. Um, but yeah, the selling point was The barf bag on the back. Oh man. I mean, the regurgitation receptacle. Wow. Wow. So good. So good. I might have to use it actually. Brian Lucas asked if, asked to, let you guys know if I have to use it. So maybe next Thursday, I'll show you the used bag. No, I wouldn't do that. Is it even waxed lined? It's not even waxed lined, so it's highly probable that it would leak. Isn't that awesome though? I I have several records that have interesting packaging. Um, I need to dig through my collection and get them all together and just show them because I mean this probably takes the cake, but I have some really cool ones though. That would be an interesting thread to show records with. I would almost call it like records where the packaging is better than the music or something like that. But in some cases, that might not be true actually. But this one, I suspect, is that would be true. Oh man, I should have done this as the thumbnail, but I didn't want to give it away. Um, oh, all right. We've come this far. We might as well look at the. See, it's even stuck in there. I don't think I took it out at all. Um, so cool. It has one of these catalog plastic sleeves. These are always fun to look at. You have the Runaways, Jimi Hendrix, Jerry Lee Lewis, Nas, the Turtles, ironically, Jan and Dean, um, Rodney Dangerfield, the Three Stooges. Um, they did, and actually, I think it was this one. It's tiny, so you can't really make it out. Although that one looks like it was a picture sleeve. I mean, a picture disc. At the sale, they did have a Three Stooges record, um, and it didn't make the cut. Not even because of condition, really, but primarily because it didn't have Curly on it. It had that other guy. Mo and Larry, they were consistent throughout the history of the Three Stooges, but Curly, there different people did Curly, that third position of Curly. Anyway, so that's cool, and then it has more like listings on the back, but that's kind of cool to look at though. So those are Rhino Records releases. That's pretty cool. The yellow Rhino label. And it's funny because here well, not in Riverside, but here in Southern California, I think they're in Claremont. There's a Rhino Records store, but I'm pretty certain it's not associated with the label. In fact, I would just about bet money on that. Yeah, Claremont. Yeah. Yeah. So, very cool. Very cool. Oh, man, the packaging on this. Yes, yeah, it is associated with Mad Platter. And I know that because there have been times where I've never seen a Mad Platter bag. Usually they ask you if you want a bag. I've never seen a Mad Platter bag. But occasionally they give you a Rhino bag. But more often than not, they just give you a plain bag, which is unfortunate. I love Mad Platter. Right, I I enjoyed Rhino too. They have a different selection. The atmosphere definitely wasn't as good. Not very friendly. Not unfriendly, but I don't know. Um, I'm getting to know the people at Mad Platter, not on like a name basis or anything, certainly, but this is definitely. I mean, I picked up some great stuff, but this again, the packaging alone. Oh man, yeah, it's just taped on there, as you can see. Um, definitely um, a prize in my collection here. Hey Matt, maybe you should record this to 8-track. How about that? That would be interesting. Um, I'm actually toying with the idea of buying some blank 8-tracks and just having you record stuff for me. Because I do still have my little 8-track player, and I don't really want to invest in yeah, record it to 8-track. uh, cool, you would certainly do that. Excellent. I I suspect I could get blank 8-tracks for cheaper than like albums, and it'd be cool to like put something on 8-track. And for those that aren't familiar with Matt's channel, Matt Hayes, definitely check out his channel. He shows some interesting stuff. Um, he recently recorded um, the Weeknd's song "Starboy" to 8-track, and it sounded amazing. I couldn't believe it. So definitely check out that video. It's just amazing um, that you can record something to 8-track and it sound that good. Of course, his deck. I mean, you could tell just by looking at it that back in its day. Oh, you finally made it. H2 vinyl finally made it. And unfortunately, we're an hour and 7 minutes in, so we're near the end. But I'm glad you made it. But I was just showing this record. It has a barf bag on the back. Look at that. This was the last of a huge haul, so you'll definitely have to go back and watch some of those. But the Rhino Brothers present the world's worst records, and it comes with a barf bag on the back. But yeah, I I suspect back in the day, Matt, uh, your 8-track deck was probably higher end. Um, yeah. So, and I mean, that recording just sounded amazing. I couldn't believe it. Um, but yeah. Oh, anyway, we're well over. I can't believe I still have 10 people watching, but hopefully this was worth it. Um, since we have so many people here, and I suspect a lot of you weren't here at the beginning, at the very beginning, I was showing um, my 45s that I had uh, cleaned. Just I just randomly decided to clean my 45s, and I started digitizing them. So this stack I've already digitized, and this stack I haven't digitized yet. Ah, Matt keeps losing the video. I'm not sure what's going on. It seems like he's the only one that is losing the video, as far as I know. But I still have this stack to go. So I'll quickly go through these because we do still have 9 people here. I suspect Matt just left and he's probably going to be right back. Huh. Did I show these? I must have already showed these. Yeah, I think I already showed these. I thought I hadn't. That's what happens when you have an hour-long video. Yeah. Anyway. So we have Rolls Royce, the car wash. We have a couple modern rap 45s. specifically underground rap. I love underground rap. A couple John Cougar Mellencamp 45s, Sting, Murray Head, One Night in Bangkok, Wham. The wife uh, bought this at Mad Platter. They don't really have too many 45s anymore. They have some record store day 45s. Samantha Fox, and this is worth singing again. This one came with the what was it? Birth of Cool uh, repress. The Human League, Steve Winwood, another Steve Winwood, and Madonna. This one I forgot to mention before that this is also this one I bought for the wife. I believe it's her favorite Madonna song. So True Blue. Yeah. Anyway, well, yeah. So I'm digitizing these. I figure it's gonna be. It's not often I'm in the mood to play 45s. Game Gadgets and Games 1975 is asking if I have any 7-inch picture vinyl. I do not. Um, I'm. I mean, basically, what I showed you here. That's most of. I have a small stack of 45s that don't have any sleeves whatsoever. And I have a Johnny Cash on the Sun label that one still needs to be cleaned. All these are cleaned, and this stack I still need to digitize. Um, and then I have 24 Willie Nelson 45s coming. They were from a jukebox company that closed down about 20 years ago, and the relatives of the jukebox company are finally, after 20 years, because the owner died 20 years ago, and they're finally going through this building that has just been sitting there, and all this stuff has been boxed up. So they're putting lots of 45s up on eBay. So to bulk up my Willie Nelson collection, I decided to pick up a bunch of 45s. Sadly, I don't think any of them are picture sleeves, which is unfortunate. All right, Matt. Well, sorry you had troubles watching, but maybe you can catch up some of the video in replay. You know, if you have time to watch an hour-long video. Yeah, I mean, you could skip through it too. Anyway, that's basically it. So I am going to be doing Willie Nelson collection video, but I suspected, you know, a lot of people wouldn't be interested in that for a live video, so I'm not gonna torture anyone with that. But I do really enjoy Willie Nelson, so I'll be putting together a video of that and post that sometime in the next couple weeks probably. Worth noting, and I wish I had said it when Matt was still here, but this weekend and into early next week, we're going to be up in Big Bear, and they do have one record store. They might have a second one. I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't able to locate it last time, so it might not be there anymore. But they do have one record store in Big Bear, up in the mountains. So I'll be checking that out, and I found some decent stuff in their dollar bin, but their regular bins are way overpriced. Yeah. Yeah, he's probably hoping that, you know, maybe people have like a Crosley in their cabin or something, and are in desperate need of a record, and so figuring they'll be willing to pay whatever. Anyway, I can't believe I have 10 people watching again. I feel like I should keep going, but unless anybody has any questions, I know there haven't been a whole lot of questions this time. Oh, Jason, yeah, you missed all the records, and there was quite a few, so you'll have to go back and watch. Uh, it's a pretty killer video, but I'll give you the payoff. This was the last one I showed, and it's worth showing again. Um, the Rhino Brothers present the world's worst records, and it has an actual barf bag on the back. It says official world's worst records regurgitation receptacle. Warning, listening to this LP may induce internal discomfort. This container is provided for those with weak constitutions. So again, I bought this just for the packaging alone. But I showed a bunch of other good stuff, so hopefully you'll go back and watch that as well. One of these days I'm gonna get rid of this backlighting. I'm always in the dark here, but H2 Vinyl says his constitution is pretty weak. Well, you want to borrow my barf bag here? Oh man, that is so cool though. Yeah, this is from 1983. From 1983. So I'm not sure how well this bag is gonna hold up. Um, you know, assuming I have to use it, or if H2 Vinyl has to use it. But this was a really cool pickup. Again, I showed 28 records plus a 5 LP box set, and that was one of my favorites that I picked up. It was all stuff from the Pet Adoption Center Thrift Shop, um, which I feel is a great cause to not only pick up music, but help support animal rescue. So both of our dogs are one is actually from Mary S. Roberts Pet Adoption Center, and the other one is from the Riverside Animal Shelter. Oh man, maybe I should sit over here and you can see me. Wow. Maybe I should have done that a long time ago. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So crazy weather we've been having here. My goodness. Oh yes, the animal shelter on Van Buren. Um, that's where Madeline was adopted from. Yeah, I actually come to think of it, you've probably driven by there as you go to work. Although I know you avoid Van Buren now. That's Matt. Apparently, Matt is back on. He can't stay away. A 2-minute drive from. Yeah. It's very close to where you live. Oh, it's the closest polling station. Interesting. Let me tell you, the weather we're having here is just crazy, absolutely crazy. Um, it's been really hot, like around 100 degrees or maybe a little under, and we've been getting some rain, and so of course that makes it even worse. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Uh, yeah, it is surprising it hasn't stormed more. And when it's actually raining, it makes it feel better. But once the rain stops and you get that humidity, it's just almost unbearable. And I had to turn the fan off for this, but I'm like sweating. It's a good thing I have some water. Hi, Liz. Or Lisa. I'm sorry, Oh, you know what? I forgot to show something. Oh no. I meant to show it at the very beginning. Darn it. Ah. Well, at least I have something else to show. I got some VCLT from DJ Trish. I meant to show this at the very beginning. I'm just out of it. Yes, DJ Trish sent me a package, quite unexpected, yesterday. I still have 10 people here, so maybe I'll just keep the video going, Yes, DJ Trish. If you don't know DJ Trish, she's the sweetheart of the VC. She's extremely generous, sending stuff out to people. Um, so she sent this nice letter, a bunch of stickers, including her business card, which is also I have the shakes. I haven't eaten enough today. So if I'm shaky, I apologize about that. But um, she's over in New Jersey. Um, that's her information there. If you want to check out her channel, she's very fun. She likes showing her bike rides and just going around town, showing interesting things. And she sends out these mixes, which are kind of famous in the vinyl community. This is Beach Party 2017. Oops, I dropped the CD. There you can kind of see the track listing. Arthur Lyman, Baha Man, Bob Marley, the Beach Boys, the Beatles, Earl Grant, Jimmy Buffett, the, yeah, and some others. I dropped that on the floor. Hi, which means it's probably covered in pet hair now. Oh, thank you, Jason. He says he enjoys my videos. Yeah, so I'm showing some VCLT I got from DJ Trish. This is, it says, Let's Go Dancing, Midsummer Mix 2017. I'll open it this way this time so the CD doesn't fall out. Oh, okay, this is her new business card. Okay. She mentioned in the letter that, oh, I see. She went from Blogspot to WordPress. So, again, I apologize for the the shaky hands there, but yeah, that's DJ Trish. Awesome. And there you see the mix there. Coleman Hawkins, Beastie Boys, George Clinton, Carlos Santana, Gene Krupa, Jerry Garcia. Interesting. Yeah. And she knows I collect music related books, and apparently she found this on the curb. There was a box set, a CD box set, and she said the other than a couple of the CDs, most of them were trashed, and that's probably why they were on the curb. But she salvaged this book for me, so that should be cool to look through. The Smithsonian Collection of Classic Jazz. So Trish, if you're watching, thank you very much. This was quite unexpected. I hadn't heard from you in a while. I need to send some stuff your way again, actually. You send far more my way than I send yours. And you're much appreciated in the VC. So thank you for that, Trish. Yeah, so anyway, any questions? Whew. I'm sweating like a pig here. This is by far my longest video now. But you know, that's to be expected with live videos. I do kind of want to have like a Q&A where people can ask me questions. So I'm going to be doing these videos every Thursday, most likely Thursday mornings, probably around 9 or 10 my time. So, you know, keep that in mind for next week. Maybe if you have any questions, you can get them ready for me. Okay, that's a good question, actually, Jason. He asked what my favorite place to shop for vinyl is, and do I prefer new or used? Well, as far as new versus used, um, I definitely preferred new. But the price has to be. I have to feel like I'm getting a bargain. To me, a big part of collecting vinyl is I want to feel like I'm getting like real bargains and like really finding treasures. So more often than not, I would lean more towards used records just because I feel like I'm getting a better deal. I mean, I showed 28 records that I got for $1 each, and almost every single one of those, I feel like I scored big. I mean, even this last one that I showed with the barf bag on the back, um, I I feel like I got a huge deal. So I tend to buy used. As far as new records, I would probably say my favorite place to buy is sadly online on Amazon. I found some amazing deals on brand new, still sealed records on there. But for used records, it's tough. I mean, I like supporting the thrift stores, in particular the Pet Adoption Center thrift store, just because it's also supporting a good cause. But um, more often than not, you kind of have to go to the record stores to get the really good stuff. When I first started collecting, um, oh, LE says Soundstage Direct and Music Direct. Interesting. I haven't really checked those. Um, but yeah, the more often than not, I'll go to Mad Platter. Um, it's kind of my go-to record store. I don't know that I'd say it's my favorite place. For favorite place, I'm actually leaning towards saying Burger Records in Fullerton, California. Um, they just have a great selection there, different from Mad Platter. Um, there's a nice vibe in there, even though it smells like pot in there. But yeah, but I might say Burger Records. Just because lately in the thrift stores, it's really hit or miss. It used to be in the old days I could go to the thrift stores and never ever walk out empty-handed. This is we're talking like 4 or 5 years ago. Um, uh, Burger Records plus pot equals always hungry for burgers. Yes. um, yeah. So it smells a little funky in there, but uh, it's to me it's totally worth it because they have they have some interesting records that I've never seen anywhere else. So yeah, so they have a great selection there, and good prices, competitive prices. So uh, Burger Records in Fullerton, California, that would probably be my pick. I do love Mad Platter. I feel very comfortable there, and I could stay there for 2 3 hours. um, it's kind of a college crowd that comes in and out of there because it's right there by the University of California, Riverside. So I'm not there to feel hip, but there's kind of that vibe there a little bit. But the staff are very friendly, very friendly. So yeah, that would be a good place too. Um, but Burger Records, it's a little more difficult to get there. But let's see, DJ Met is asking. Um, saying I should do a battle with with my arch nemesis wood glue. Um, I have what may be one of my earlier videos um, is it's kind of um, maybe notorious, I guess. I'm complaining about the wood glue cleaning technique, and if you look up wood glue disaster, um, it should come right up. It has a ton of views. It's by far my most popular, and people on there are always, you know, saying not so nice things about me. But I don't even look at the comments anymore on it, and yeah, I've since learned that there's a proper way to do the wood glue technique, and it does have a place. Um, when you have a record that is just popping and crackling too much, and you've tried everything else, and it's not like you know an extremely valuable record, um, definitely you can use the wood glue technique. It works. I mean, it's not going to solve all problems because some of that popping and crackling is just flaws that have developed in the vinyl itself, and they can't be removed. Um, but you'll be pretty amazed at what the wood glue technique can achieve. I even had this sort of a crazy idea that all records, when you purchase them, new or used, would would be covered both sides in the wood glue as like a seal, and then when you get it home and you're ready to play it, you peel it off. There's a real satisfaction in peeling it off. Once you learn the proper technique, there's a real satisfaction in peeling it off, and you have this sensation like the vinyl is new again. Even if it's an old record. It's really interesting, and then supposedly you can. Um, I know there's videos of people that take that glue that you peel off, and they play it on their record players. Of course, it's going to play backwards, and I think I want to say it plays from the inside out or something like that. Anyway, being from the '60s, it just sounds wrong to do wood glue. It works. It works. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I started this at 9, and we're approaching 11 o'clock now. Uh, yeah, it's a desperation move, and I've used it on some of my favorite records, and that's what I talk about in that wood glue disaster video. Um, of course, those records were salvaged. Um, you know, it works. You just have to be sure and use the right glue. Um, but it's pretty amazing what it can achieve. But it's not going to fix a broken record, even if it is glue. Anyway, whew, it's crazy that there's still 8 people watching. But I think I'm gonna have to uh, bring this to a close. It's over an hour and a half, by far my longest video. But that's kind of what comes in the territory of these live videos. It's just gonna make it, people when they're watching it back are not gonna be likely to watch. you know. Um, oh, a wide shot. Matt wants to see a wide shot of my setup in a future video. Okay, I'll have to work on that, but I do have to clean up a little because, um, and actually I'm in that process. I bought these super cheap boxes. They're 14 by 14 by 14 boxes. I got at Walmart. They were like 60 cents each or some crazy low number like that. So I've been boxing away a lot of records because I have stacks and stacks all over the floor, and I want to get it kind of cleaned up before showing the whole setup. Sprawl Mart. Oh, okay. um, yeah. So Sprawl Mart. Yeah, that's good. Um, I will do that in a future video. It's tricky if I'm doing it in the morning because where the setup is right next to the bedroom, and the wife likes to sleep in. So, and if she hears me talking, it might disturb her. But maybe if I do an afternoon video, maybe it'll work to kind of show my setup there. And then there's part two right over here where I have my desk and my computer and my backup turntable, and I even have my little cassette boombox. And it is. Hi, Lisa Ann. How are you? Excellent. I recently subscribed to Lisa Ann, and uh, yeah, she shows some good stuff. So definitely check out her channel. I think she's just relatively new and getting started. I think she has under 40 subscribers, so definitely check out her channel. Um, yeah, so I have the backup turntable, and yeah, I have some records over here and tapes, and a lot of my CDs are over here actually. Um, but it's a jungle. It needs to be cleaned up before I can reveal it to the world. I have boxes of stuff, and yeah. My main turntable is uh, uh, Stanton T52. Is that right, Stanton? I always forget the name of it. I don't know why. And actually, I picked up that turntable. Um, Best Buy used to have a music instrument section in their store, and they also had DJ equipment. So this Stanton, is that right? uh, it's basically a DJ turntable, and uh, they were blowing out that section because they were getting rid of it. Um, yeah, it's a good older name. Excellent. Yeah. So they were blowing out that section and getting rid of that section in their store. And so I picked it up. It was a great deal. I think originally it was like maybe a $150 to $200 turntable, and I got it for 75. So that was a great deal. Um, yeah. So that's my main turntable. Anyway, we're approaching an hour and 40 minutes now. Oh my goodness. And I have things to do today. So I really better get going. Um, you're welcome, DJ Matt. I I'm glad you can enjoy these videos at work. That's just hilarious. I know both Matt Hayes and DJ Matt are at work enjoying my video. So, but yeah, I really have to go. Plus, I am just, you can't see it fortunately, but I'm just dripping in sweat right now. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, Terry, and Brian and Sharon, if you're still watching, and the kids, Fioria and and Stevie. Um, anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching. H2 Vinyl, yes, thank you for joining me. I'm glad I could extend this for you a little bit so you can hang out. Um, I just love these live videos now, so I'm still looking good after 90 minutes. Thank you. I appreciate that because I don't feel so good. I need to eat. I have the shakes. Coffee and not enough food. That's not a good combination. excellent. You don't have to watch the full thing, but definitely check out, the first hour was really good stuff. So definitely, if you can, check that out. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Woo-wee!